Hey everyone! This is a quick reminder to subscribe and hit that like button. It lets me know that you are enjoying my content. Also, feel free to drop your suggestions for future stories in the comments below. Thank you for listening, and let's dive right in. Hey everyone! I'm in a really bad place right now, and I honestly don't know where else to turn. I'm hoping someone here might have some insight or at least be able to tell me I'm not completely losing it. Because right now, I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of something terrifying. It started subtly, almost so subtly I could have dismissed it. A few weeks ago, I woke up and the light in my room seemed off, too bright, somehow, for how I felt. I glanced at my phone, expecting to see maybe 7 or 8 a.m., but it was almost noon. Noon. I distinctly remember going to bed around 11 p.m. I chalked it up to being extra tired, maybe sleeping deeper than usual. I'd been stressed at work, so it wasn't entirely out of the realm of possibility. I'd just slept through half the day. Weird, but okay. But then it happened again and again. Each time, the gap between when I felt like I'd fallen asleep and when I woke up grew wider. It's like I'm only asleep for a few hours, that groggy, just woke up feeling. But the clock tells a different story. A story where hours, entire chunks of time, are just missing. It's not like I'm waking up feeling rested either. I'm more tired than ever. A deep, bone-tired exhaustion that clings to me even after what should have been a decent night's sleep. My head aches, my muscles feel heavy, and I have this constant, nagging feeling that something is profoundly wrong. The worst part is the disorientation. When I wake up, it takes me a few minutes to get my bearings. I feel disconnected, like I'm waking up in a slightly different version of my life. Everything looks the same, my room, my stuff, but there's this subtle shift, an unsettling feeling that something is just slightly out of place, like I'm a step behind everyone else. I tried to explain it to my boyfriend Mark, but he just gave me that sympathetic, slightly concerned look he gets sometimes. He told me I was probably just overthinking things, that I needed to relax. He suggested maybe I was having some weird dreams that were messing with my perception of time. But it's not dreams. I know it's not dreams. This is something else. I even tried to start keeping a sleep diary, logging when I went to bed and when I woke up, how I felt. But the entries are just blank spaces. I'll write down that I went to bed at, say, 11 p.m., and then the next entry is me waking up at 3 p.m. the following day, feeling like I've only been asleep for a few hours. It's like the time in between just disappears. I'm starting to dread going to sleep. What if it happens again tonight? What if I wake up and even more time is missing? What if I start losing days, weeks? I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality, like I'm slipping away bit by bit into some kind of void. I know this sounds crazy. I know it probably sounds like I'm making it up or that I'm just imagining things, but I'm not. This is really happening, and I'm terrified. Has anyone experienced anything remotely similar? Please, tell me I'm not alone. I need help. Update. Doctor's appointment and still confused. Hey everyone, thanks again for all the responses to my last post. A lot of you suggested seeing a doctor, and honestly, I was hesitant. I was worried they'd just brush me off, tell me I'm just stressed or something. But the anxiety was getting unbearable, so I finally made an appointment. The whole process was a nightmare. The wait time was ridiculous, a week. And every night leading up to it was pure torture. I lay in bed, wide awake, terrified of what would happen when I finally did fall asleep. Would I lose another day? Would I even wake up at all? Seriously, I was a mess. The waiting room at the doctor's office was its own kind of hell. Everyone else seemed so normal, chatting, reading magazines. I was just sitting there, clutching my bag like it was a life raft, feeling completely out of place. When they finally called my name, my heart was in my throat. So the doctor, he was polite enough, but I could tell he wasn't really convinced by my story. I tried my best to explain what was happening, how I felt like time was slipping away, how exhausted and disoriented I was all the time. I even showed him my sleep diary, the one with the huge gaps in it. He nodded, made some notes, but I could see the skepticism in his eyes. When I finished, he gave me that classic doctor smile. The one that basically screams, yeah, I've heard it all before. Well, he says, it sounds like you've been under a lot of stress. Sleep problems are a common sign of anxiety. Ugh, I wanted to yell. It's not just sleep problems, I wanted to say. It's like time is being stolen from me. But I just nodded, feeling totally defeated. He went on about sleep hygiene, no screens before bed, regular sleep schedule, the usual stuff, and told me to come back in a month if things didn't get better. I left feeling even more frustrated. I knew he didn't believe me, he just wrote me off as another anxious patient. But honestly, I was desperate. I figured I might as well try his suggestions, anything was worth a shot at this point. That night, I did everything he said, no phone or laptop an hour before bed, warm bath, chamomile tea, a book. I woke up the next morning feeling almost normal. The sun was shining, I felt relatively rested, and the clock showed a reasonable time. For a split second I thought, maybe, just maybe, he was right. Maybe it was just stress. Maybe I was finally getting a grip on things. I actually managed to get some work done, which has been a huge struggle lately. I started to think that maybe this whole nightmare was finally over. But then, night came, and the dread came creeping back. I went to bed with this huge knot of anxiety in my stomach. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew something was still seriously wrong. But I was so tired, so emotionally drained, I just couldn't fight it anymore. I closed my eyes and, well, you know the rest. I drifted off. And that's where things went downhill. Again. I'll update you guys on what happened next, but it's not good. Update. It's getting worse. Days are missing, image attached. Okay, so, wow. I don't even know where to begin. Last night wasn't just one day gone. It was 2. I woke up completely disoriented. I had absolutely no idea what day it was. For a few terrifying minutes I didn't even know where I was. My room looked the same, my stuff was all there, but it felt off. Like I was looking at it through someone else's eyes. I stumbled out of bed, my legs feeling like lead. I checked my phone. That's always the first thing I do, even before I brush my teeth. And that's when the real panic set in. 48 hours had vanished, just gone. I went to bed thinking it was Tuesday night, and I woke up to find it was Thursday afternoon. I'd lost 2 entire days. I'm also losing weight, even though I'm eating normally. I haven't changed my diet at all, but my clothes are starting to feel loose, and I can see the difference in the mirror. My face looks gaunt, pale, like I'm wasting away. I'll attach a picture. Please, don't judge. I know I look awful, but I need you guys to see what's happening. I feel disconnected, like time is just flowing through me, leaving me hollow. It's like I'm watching my life from a distance, like I'm not really in it anymore. My friends are starting to notice something's wrong. They keep asking if I'm okay, if I'm sleeping. I try to brush it off, tell them I'm just stressed, but I can see the worry in their eyes. They don't understand what's happening. I barely understand what's happening. I tried to go back to the doctor, but the earliest appointment they had was another week away. A week. I can't wait a week. I'm terrified of what will happen if I go to sleep again. How much more time will I lose? I've been searching online, desperately trying to find anything that might explain what's happening to me. I've read about sleep disorders, time perception anomalies, even something called chronosynclastic infundibulum. It sounds like science fiction, but it's the closest thing I've found to what I'm experiencing. Apparently, it's some theoretical distortion in space-time. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right? But then, I started looking at other stuff. More unconventional stuff. Stories about missing time, about people waking up in different realities. Stories about things that can't be explained by science. Things that sound like they belong in the realm of the paranormal. I know. I'm starting to sound like a crazy person, but I'm desperate. I'm grasping at straws. I feel like I'm losing my mind. This isn't just anxiety anymore. This is something else. Something darker. I'm posting here because I don't know where else to turn. I'm scared. Really scared. I feel like I'm falling into a hole, and I don't know how to stop. Has anyone experienced anything like this? Is there anyone out there who understands what I'm going through? Please, I need help. I'm begging you. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, anything at all, please let me know. I'm open to anything at this point, even if it sounds crazy, because my reality already feels pretty crazy. Update. It's taking more and more time. I don't even know how to write this. I'm so tired. So incredibly tired. Not just physically, but in my soul. I feel like a shell, like a hollowed out version of myself. It's been 4 days this time. 4 days. I went to bed Sunday night and I woke up Thursday afternoon. 4 days just gone. Swallowed by the void. The days are blurring together. I'm losing track of time completely. I have to check my phone constantly just to figure out what day it is. And even then, it feels unreal, like I'm living in a dream, a nightmare that I can't wake up from. I'm terrified of sleeping. Absolutely terrified. But I can't stay awake forever. My body is starting to shut down. I'm so weak I can barely stand. My head is constantly pounding, and I have these dizzy spells where I feel like I'm going to faint. Every time I close my eyes, I'm convinced it's the last time I'll wake up. Or worse, that I will wake up, but even more time will be gone. My body feels wrong, heavy. Like I'm waking up from a coma, even though I know I haven't been in one. My muscles ache, my skin feels clammy and cold, and I have this constant, gnawing feeling of unease. Like something is inside me, something that doesn't belong. I'm starting to have these flashes, memories that aren't mine. I see glimpses of other lives, other people, other places. They're fleeting, like snapshots, but they're so vivid, so real. I see a woman in a Victorian dress, standing in a garden. I see a man in a military uniform, marching in a parade. I see a child playing in a field of sunflowers. These aren't my memories. I've never experienced any of these things. But they feel familiar, like they're buried deep inside me, waiting to be unearthed. I tried talking to Mark about it again, but he just looked at me with this mixture of pity and fear. He's starting to get scared too, I can tell. He keeps telling me I need to see a doctor, but what's the point? They don't know what's wrong with me. They just tell me I'm stressed. They give me pills that don't do anything. I've been doing more research online, delving deeper into the unconventional. I've been reading about ancient myths, forgotten religions, stories of beings that feed on time, on life force. Stories that sound like pure fantasy. But a part of me wonders if they're true. A part of me wonders if this is happening to me because I'm being targeted by something. Something ancient, something malevolent. I know it sounds crazy. I know it probably sounds like I've completely lost it. But I'm so desperate. I'm running out of time. I feel like I'm fading away, disappearing bit by bit. Each time I wake up, I'm a little less me. I'm losing my memories, my sense of self. I'm afraid that one day I'll wake up and I won't even know who I am. I'm posting this because I need help. I need someone to believe me. I need someone to tell me I'm not alone. If anyone has any information, any ideas, anything at all, please let me know. I'm begging you. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of me. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I don't know what to do anymore. I just want this to stop. Update. Doctors don't know what's happening. I think it's beyond science. Okay, so I went back to the doctor. Again. What's the point, right? But Mark was insistent. He's really worried about me. He's been sleeping on the couch, afraid to even touch me. I don't blame him. I'm a mess. I look like a ghost. I can see the fear in his eyes, the way he flinches when I move. He's scared of me. And honestly, I'm scared of myself. The doctor's appointment was a disaster. I tried to explain what had happened again, how I'd lost 4 days this time, how I was having these visions. He just looked at me with this blank expression, like I was speaking a foreign language. He ran some more tests, blood work, neurological exams, the whole 9 yards. Everything came back normal. Perfectly, frustratingly normal. He finally admitted they didn't know what was wrong with me. We've run every test imaginable, he said, and there's nothing objectively wrong. Objectively wrong. Like my experience, my terror, my rapidly deteriorating health wasn't real. They've admitted me to the hospital now. They're keeping me under observation, running even more tests. But I know it's pointless. They're not going to find anything. Because this isn't a medical issue, I'm convinced of it. It's something else. I've been doing more research. I know, I shouldn't be on the internet. The doctors told me to stay off screens, that it's bad for my sleep, but I can't help it. I'm desperate. I need answers. I've been delving into ancient texts, obscure folklore, anything that might shed some light on what's happening to me. I've found some interesting things. Stories about time distortions, about people disappearing for days, even years, and then reappearing with no memory of where they've been. Stories about entities that feed on life force, on time itself. Entities that can slip between dimensions, that can manipulate reality. One particular text has caught my attention. It's an old, leather-bound book I found in a dusty antique shop. It's written in a language I don't recognize, but I've managed to decipher some of the symbols. They're unsettling. They depict strange, otherworldly beings that seem to exist outside of time as we understand it. The book talks about something called the Chronos Eater, a creature that consumes time, that steals moments from people's lives. It's said to be able to slip into our reality through weak points where the fabric of time is thin. And I think I might be one of those weak points. I know it sounds insane. I know it sounds like I've completely lost my grip on reality, but it's the only thing that makes sense. The doctors can't explain what's happening to me. Science can't explain it. But these stories, these myths, they resonate with me. They feel true. I'm starting to think that this isn't something I can fight with medicine. This is something beyond science. Something supernatural. I'm not just sick. I'm being targeted. I'm so scared. More scared than I've ever been in my life. I'm afraid of what will happen to me. I'm afraid of what this thing is doing to me. I'm afraid that it's going to take everything from me. My time, my memories, my very soul. I'm posting this because I need someone to believe me. I need someone to understand what's happening. I need help, but I don't know what kind of help I need. I don't know who to turn to. I feel like I'm trapped in a nightmare, and I can't wake up. I'm lost, and I'm running out of time. Please, if anyone has any information, any ideas, anything at all, please let me know. I'm begging you. I'm desperate. Final update, I think this is goodbye. I'm so tired, more tired than I've ever been in my life. It's a bone-deep weariness, a weariness that goes beyond the physical. It's a weariness of the soul. I haven't slept in days. I can't. Every time I close my eyes, I see things, flickering images, distorted faces, landscapes that shift and change before my eyes. I hear whispers, voices that speak in a language I don't understand, but that somehow resonates deep within me. They're calling me, pulling me. I feel myself slipping away, bit by bit. Each time I close my eyes, I lose a little more of myself. My memories are fading. I struggle to remember simple things, my address, my phone number, even my own birthday. Faces blur, names escape me. I look in the mirror, and I see a stranger staring back at me. A gaunt, hollow-eyed woman with skin that's ashen and translucent. Is this really me? When I wake up now, I barely remember who I am. I see flashes of other lives, other people. I think it's taking pieces of me each time I sleep. Stealing my memories, my identity, my very essence. I'm becoming less me. I haven't seen Mark in a few days. He tried to visit me at the hospital, but I told him not to. I couldn't bear to see the fear in his eyes, the pity in his gaze. I don't want him to remember me like this. A shell of a person haunted by something he can't understand. The doctors are still running tests, but they're just going through the motions. They know there's nothing they can do. They've seen the changes in me, the rapid weight loss, the cognitive decline, the emptiness in my eyes. They're just waiting for the inevitable. I'm not afraid of dying. Not anymore. I'm more afraid of what will happen to me before I die. I'm afraid of losing myself completely. I'm afraid of becoming a vessel, a hollow shell inhabited by something else. I've been reading more of the old book, the one with the strange symbols. I think I understand now what it's saying. The Chronos Eater, it doesn't just steal time. It steals lives. It consumes the very essence of a person, leaving behind an empty husk. And I think it's almost finished with me. I'm posting this because I need someone to know what happened. I need someone to understand. This isn't just a story. This is real. This is happening. And it could happen to anyone. I feel it now. The pull. The whispers are getting louder. The visions are becoming clearer. I see it now, the thing that's been stalking me, feeding on me. It's ancient, it's powerful, and it's hungry. I'm so tired. I can't fight it anymore. I'm gonna close my eyes now. I don't know what will happen when I wake up, or if I'll wake up at all. I'm afraid this is the last time I'll be me. If anyone finds this, please, believe me. It's real. It's all real. And it's coming for you too. It's always coming. I'm so scared, but I'm also resigned. I'm ready, or as ready as I'll ever be. Goodbye.